These are roads you would never want to drive on. Some of them look harmless at first glance, others don't even try to hide how dangerous they are. But all of them have one thing in common: they can turn a simple drive into a life-threatening experience in seconds. Let's begin with the Passage du Gois in France. This 4.3-kilometer stretch connects the mainland to the island of Noirmoutier along the Atlantic coast. At first, it feels like a unique coastal road, something almost peaceful. But the danger here isn't obvious until it is. Twice a day, the tide rises and completely submerges the road underwater. No warning signs can truly prepare you for how quickly this happens. Drivers who mistime their journey risk getting stranded, or worse, swept away by the incoming sea. Even if you plan your crossing perfectly, the surface is often wet and covered in seaweed, turning it into a slick, unpredictable path where one wrong move can send your vehicle sliding out of control. Next is the Pediopoulou-Aperdikaki road in Greece. On paper, a 23.5-kilometer road with a 500-meter elevation change might not sound too extreme. But reality tells a very different story. This route is filled with deep potholes, sudden drops, and tight, unforgiving turns that demand constant attention. What makes it even more dangerous is the complete lack of proper safety measures. Guardrails are rare, and road markings are often non-existent. Add in the unpredictable mix of heavy trucks, pedestrians, and even livestock wandering onto the road, and you have a situation where every second behind the wheel requires full concentration. At night, the danger multiplies. Without clear markings or lighting, many drivers misjudge turns and veer off the road entirely, often with fatal consequences. Now let's move to Egypt, on the road between Luxor and Hurghada. This route cuts through vast, isolated desert landscapes where help can be hours away. A simple mechanical failure here isn't just inconvenient, it can be life-threatening. But the isolation isn't the only concern. Over the years, this road has gained a reputation for security risks, particularly at night. In response, some drivers attempt to travel without headlights to avoid drawing attention. While that might sound like a survival tactic, it creates a completely different danger: vehicles speeding through darkness, unable to see each other until it's too late. The result? High-speed, head-on collisions that often end in tragedy. In Taiwan, the Taroko Gorge Road is both breathtaking and terrifying. Carved directly into towering cliffs, this road winds through one of the most beautiful landscapes in the world. But beauty comes with a price. The region is highly prone to earthquakes, heavy rainfall, and landslides, all of which constantly threaten the stability of the road. In some sections, the path narrows so much that there's barely enough room for a single vehicle. Blind corners hide oncoming traffic, and falling rocks are an ever-present risk. One small mistake, just a moment of distraction, and a vehicle can be sent over the edge, plunging hundreds of meters down into the gorge below. Over in New Zealand, Skipper's Canyon Road is so dangerous that many rental companies refuse to insure drivers who attempt it. That alone should tell you something. Carved into the side of a steep canyon, the road is incredibly narrow, with sheer drops just inches away from your tires. There are very few safety barriers, and passing another vehicle can feel like a high-stakes negotiation. In some cases, one driver has to reverse for long distances just to find a spot wide enough for both vehicles to pass. It's a test of patience, skill, and nerves, and not everyone makes it through unscathed. High in the mountains of the Philippines lies the Halsema Highway. Sitting at elevations of up to 2,000 meters, this road offers stunning views that attract tourists from around the world. But those views can quickly become a distraction in an already dangerous environment. For most of the year, heavy rains, dense fog, and frequent landslides make driving conditions extremely unpredictable. The road itself is narrow, often lacking proper barriers, and is regularly used by large buses that don't always slow down for tight turns. Each year, accidents occur as vehicles collide or lose control and plunge off the mountainside. In China, the Tianmen Mountain Road pushes drivers to their limits. This 11-kilometer road features 99 sharp hairpin turns, each one more intense than the last. While the road is wider than some others on this list, that doesn't make it safe. The constant twisting demands absolute focus, and even a slight miscalculation can send a vehicle crashing into barriers, or worse, over the edge. What makes it even more dangerous is the scenery. The surrounding mountains are stunning, almost hypnotic, and it's easy to lose focus for just a second. On a road like this, that's all it takes. At first glance, the Air Highway in Australia doesn't seem like it belongs here. It's long, straight, and well maintained. But that's exactly what makes it dangerous. Stretching over 1,600 kilometers through one of the most remote parts of the world, this road offers almost no variation in scenery. The endless flat landscape can lull drivers into a false sense of security, or worse, put them to sleep. Fatigue becomes a major risk, and many accidents happen simply because drivers lose concentration. Add in wildlife like kangaroos, camels, and wombats suddenly crossing the road, and the danger becomes very real. It's no surprise that locals have given it a chilling nickname, Slaughter Alley. Closer to home, the Karakoram Highway connecting China and Pakistan is one of the most extreme roads on the planet. Known as the highest paved international road in the world, it cuts through some of the most rugged terrain imaginable. Drivers face a constant battle against nature, thick fog that reduces visibility to almost zero, sudden snowstorms, landslides, and flash floods that can appear without warning. The altitude itself is another challenge, with thin air causing dizziness and fatigue. In such conditions, even experienced drivers can struggle to maintain control. And finally, the Zojila Pass in India. This narrow mountain pass sits at around 3,500 meters above sea level and is often described as one of the most unforgiving roads in the world. For much of the year, it's completely inaccessible due to heavy snowfall and extreme weather. When it does open, drivers face muddy, unstable terrain, steep drops, and constant traffic from trucks and animals. There are no reliable safety barriers, and the margin for error is almost non-existent. One wrong move, and the consequences are immediate and severe. So after seeing all of this, one thing becomes clear: not all roads are created equal. Some are built for convenience, and others seem designed to test the limits of human courage. Maybe staying home doesn't sound like such a bad idea after all. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this, be sure to check out more videos like this and don't forget to subscribe.